Yeah, fucking Wolfcop.
Who the hell writes things like this? Who's this guy? Why is he here? So we're just cutting to here now. Why not? They couldn't even write the animals well. How does that make any sense? How can he be there now? Like this?
No,
Just take
no,
her up.
what's this
How
guy?
people act.
Fuck me. What did I just watch?
Charlie was checking his text because he think he was getting a booty call from some guy.
Yeah, we were talking about the gays before.
My wife, who was on an episode. Which episode? Was she?
I think
she
she was
on
on a
Chuck
couple.
Norris episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was on Chuck Norris.
She was on a couple of them.
She was on another one.
Yeah, she was. She did the sheep fucker one. She wasn't really on it. Not the. Was it sheep fucker?
Horse
fucker. Yeah.
Horse blower.
Yeah, horse blower.
I don't remember what that one was.
So, I don't remember which episode that was either. But she wasn't really on it. She was just kind of reporting in that. Or maybe she was on it. I don't remember.
No, she wasn't on it, but she was definitely reporting in on the activities of a man blowing a horse.
Blowing a horse.
How is it that it's been like 3 or 4 episodes and we just can't get over this guy blowing a goddamn
We
horse?
should get him on the show. We should have him.
Do you have his contact information, Charlie?
I'm sure I could fucking find it.
Charlie is willing to go out into the horse fucker community and find this man's number to figure out why he loves blowing horses.
Yeah, I bet it's not
committed.
that. I bet it's not that hard.
Do you
We
think
should get him on to watch like a horse movie too, like
Black Beauty,
Secretariat.
yeah,
Or what?
Secretariat.
Hidalgo.
Oh no, Secretariat wasn't a movie. It's what was that other one? With Tobey
Secretariat
Maguire.
was a movie that
Yeah,
one
that
came
was
out.
a
But
movie.
you're thinking of the Tobey Maguire one was what the
Seabiscuit.
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 Do you guys think that blowing horses is an expensive hobby?
I mean, probably.
You got to find the horse. That takes money.
What if he blew American Pharaoh? That's like $1 million worth of jizz that he
At
probably-
least a
yeah.
couple. Nah, that's like I've been hearing 10.
How
10
much?
million?
10 million
Yeah.
for fucking jizz.
Wow, 10 million for horse jizz? We are
That's a Triple Crown winner, my friend.
we are in the wrong business, friends.
Yeah.
Here we are spitting shit out on the internet when we could be collecting jizz.
I bet. Well, hang on. It's specific jizz.
Wait, so have I been doing it wrong?
Yeah. Have you just
First
been
of all,
collecting
you
your
mixed
own?
it all together.
That is certainly not what you're supposed to do. And you did it in your mouth. What the hell's wrong with you?
And
I guess that means that we should probably talk about Wolfcop now.
Wolfcop's alright.
Yeah, I'd much rather talk more about those horse movies, even if
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of them, or even just that guy blowing a horse.
horse wars.
Yeah, I know, just so many months we just can't get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie is not totally unliked, but nor is it really liked. I mean, it's got a 5.5 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes has a 67 from critics. For some reason, critics like this more than the audiences. The audiences only had a 48%.
Well, they probably looked a little too deep into it.
And
What critics though? You know what I mean? Like I could tell you. Do you want to go into plot? I can tell you what I didn't like about this movie. Or
do you want to know?
wanna
Do you want to know what
plot
the what the people like the people who actually buy this movie from Amazon thought of it?
first? Sure. Do we have verified fucking purchases on there?
Yeah,
Okay, I wouldn't have put the review
3.9 out of 5. 3.9. So they are falling into the category for the reason why I chose it. I thought it was going to be kitschy and silly and fun, and I think some people actually bought it and convinced themselves that that's what it was instead of the steaming pile of horse shit that we saw.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue, and this is becoming more and more of a problem with movies these days. That they try to make it a shitty movie and they try to make it be fun, and like the problem with B movies is like you can't just recreate that unless it's natural, you know, and you can have low budget and still try, and you can have high budget and still have a shitty B horror movie. You know what I mean? Like you still have those things, but when you set out to do something like Wolfcop did, oh look at this is a wacky B horror movie from 2014, Waka Waka. You know, you get just shit. It's fucking it's boring. They try way too fucking hard, and it's just the finished product isn't worth 90 minutes of your time.
It's
and
not
I think it was
fun.
81 minutes. Yeah.
And you hit it right on the head. If you're going to make a movie like this, the reason why we love B movies is because people put their heart and soul into something they thought was good, and they failed. And I'm sorry, but people's failures are kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, what was it called, that documentary American Movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
How shitty of a movie would that be if that fucking doofus that was in that movie that made
The one that made it? Yeah.
yeah.
And we thought that was a mockumentary when we first saw it, but it was a real guy trying to make a fucking movie.
Oh my god, it was the guy was 100% serious. Fucking wonderful movie, and
The documentary.
But the documentary was
But,
really
but even
good.
they show like a brief screening of like the 15 minutes he managed to shoot, and it was just as wonderful as you think it would be.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was, and I would love to actually see the finished product. Did he ever release that, by the way?
I think he literally only shot 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think
And
that was
it.
a long abandoned project.
Fair enough.
Yeah, poor guy. That was going to be his first movie.
I appreciate the heart and the passion. I don't know if I could sit through like a 90
we should look
minutes.
into see if he's done anything else because that'd be a fun review. But
Can I just jump on something you said earlier? You said they tried too hard. That's the problem with some of the people that make these B movies. They're trying too hard. If you just were a little looser with your concept and maybe tried not to explain every little reason for everything being, like, you normally would want in a movie, it would be way better received. Like, if you were maybe a little more goofy or a little more tongue-in-cheek about your subject, why put any ounce of seriousness into it?
Well, I mean, that you hit a major point there, and that's they're trying to take it seriously. Like, they had this wacky concept, and they wanted to make it into something. But then I guarantee they were sitting down and they realized, no, we can't do this, we can't do that because it doesn't make sense to the story. As if anyone gave a shit about the story. It's about a cop who's an alcoholic who turns into a fucking werewolf. I don't give a shit about the story. I want to see a cop turn into a werewolf and beat some people up or bite their faces or something. We didn't get that. It was like 45, 48 minutes before he even made his first transformation.
By the way, it wasn't really a fun drunk either. It was a sad drunk.
yeah, no, it wasn't great. But I mean, so to your point, PT, like, so why put any ounce of seriousness? I'll give you the classic, right? The classic trauma movie, The Toxic Avenger. Kaufman was dead fucking serious when he made that movie. Those became a little more tongue in cheek, and the quality went down. But he was dead serious with Toxic Avenger, and it was fucking awesome because of it. So there's a scene where they run someone's head over, and it's clearly a fucking melon that they're running over, and it's
so
just
good.
such a great fun moment.
The Toxic Avenger, the whole concept, you can't take it seriously. It's about a janitor who gets dumped into a vat of toxic waste wearing a tutu, who then becomes a superhero. Somebody said these lines and didn't think, oh, well, that sounds stupid.
And Kaufman built an empire on them.
That's
silly.
That's what makes it amazing. You see this
Yeah.
bad movie, and it does all these things to try to make it into a movie, but you're also thinking, what is wrong with this man? Did these actors
Right.
see these lines and not say, all right, I have some common decency, I just have to call it quits because I am not saying those words that equal this plot.
Yeah, maybe it has more to do with the quote unquote talent of the movie that's being made.
Yeah, they probably needed like a couple bucks for some heroin, but I mean, beyond that,
I mean, sure, maybe Toxic Avenger isn't like something we could say, oh, there's talented people working on that, but maybe there's some interesting
there's a
people
lot of
writing
heart
it.
and soul, though.
Okay.
And honestly, if I was on that set, even though I keep bashing and saying like, oh, I wouldn't do this, honestly, if Kaufman came up to me and he said, all right, here's the makeup, put it on. All right, now you're gonna wear this tutu, and your mop is your weapon. I think there's a point where I'm just gonna stare him dead in the eyes, and I'm just gonna think, all right, let's see where this goes.
Yeah, let's fucking do this. Yeah, I think Kaufman has I think he's talented because he could make a movie for like $10. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like Roger Corman.
yeah.
Yeah, except I think Kaufman makes better movies because he gives you something you actually want to see instead of just.
I don't know. I want to see that that Fantastic Four movie Corman made.
Apparently, it's better than the one that was actually released by Fox. So.
Yeah, right. But maybe we should probably get into the nitty gritty of the movie.
Yeah.
Start at the beginning.
Charlie, what happens at the beginning?
So, let's begin in the beginning, right? He wakes up, right? Like at the very beginning, he wakes up with a fucking
There's a lady in his bed.
a naked broad in his bed. He's like, oh shit, he's like late for the office. He gets to the office, he's clearly a piece of shit.
Oh,
and-
he's a cop. Obviously, this is the cop.
Yeah, he's a cop. He gets to the sheriff's office, and someone was supposed to be covering for him. It's a small town apparently too, because there's only like 2 cops. I noticed one thing about this movie: there was no black people.
I think that was on purpose.
You think so?
I think they were racist.
I don't know if they were racist or just they didn't think of it or like what happened.
Well,
but
we should point out this is a Canadian film.
There's black people in Canada.
There are black people in Canada, But I think if you take a black person in Canada and say, "Will you be in my movie?" and you tell them it's called Wolfcop, they're going to give you a big fuck no.
Yeah, I guess.
I think I don't think this. I think that kind of goes beyond racial barriers. I think a lot of people would say no to this.
I mean,
Yeah.
this movie only had a budget of $1 million Canadian dollars. So,
Which is like
as we know with those
$75.
loony and toonies, this is cartoon money and doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
So, no one's going to want to do it. Although, I will say, after seeing last month's or a couple weeks ago's Seance Killer in the Dark, that was also made for $1 million, I think I already made my point by picking out this movie to review.
Well, I think so. Seance was also made in 2001, right? I didn't actually watch
so,
it.
yeah.
I was not around, so I didn't actually watch it.
You had better
but-
fucking sense.
But you guys described it like it was fucking shot on like a laptop webcam.
Seriously, I could have made this movie.
Yeah.
With like way less than $1 million. Sure, I might need a couple bucks to hire like I don't know Adam West and fucking Corey Feldman, but Jesus, that's it. That's all the money. That's where all the money should go. And I bet that was where that $1 million went. Yeah.
Was
besides lining someone's
anyone
pockets.
in this?
In this Wolfcop movie?
Wolfcop? Any notable actors? Anyone that does anything?
I don't think so. I kind
No.
of recognize the lady cop. I don't think that. I think she might just look like an actress that I recognize.
Fair enough.
So, the answer is no.
Yeah,
No.
just no.
Absolutely
Nobody worth note.
They could have gotten Tom Green, I bet.
You know, that's kind of funny. I actually saw the not the Trailer Park Boys movie because there's a few of those, but I saw SwearNet,
Oh yeah.
and they got fucking Tom Green and Carrot Top,
Really?
Yeah.
and I think they did it for less money.
Easily.
What a heap of 90s they threw on that movie. So back to Wolfcop.
Yeah.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we gotta go
do.
back to Wolfcop.
All
So
right, back to Wolfcop.
couple thing. So there.
That was the opening scene. What you just described. Basically,
Yeah.
him going. He's a drunk and he fucking goes to work. Shitty, and his fucking his coworkers, his which are just his boss and some lady
Yep.
cop. They're pissed at him as usual. Oh, you're drunk again, aren't you?
Yeah.
He was.
Why he's not
Because
fired? I don't know.
Because we've never seen this before in a movie.
No.
So, and that's the thing. If it was like, if he was crazy and off the walls from the get go, like if he woke up and was just like, ah, fuck, and he pulled on his pants, like the whole part with him with the woman in the bed, which was never really addressed later on,
Nope.
because he doesn't have that kind of behavior later. If it did that, and then he did like something like basically condensed the movie Crank into like 5 minutes before he got to work, that would have been amazing. And then if he kept this like high energy performance where he was this just asshole guy who was just drinking all the time and doing fucked up shit that was kind of funny, that would be a movie I'd want to see. Instead, he gets up, he goes to work, and then he just kind of wants to fall asleep.
It's like the guy doesn't even know how to act drunk. It's really strange.
Yeah, he has the dead eye look and like the glossiness over as if you don't know what's going on. But
think
then
it's
again,
the
I think
scruffiness.
that's just because he couldn't act.
Could be.
That could definitely be very
Yeah.
likely.
I mean, he didn't seem drunk. So anyway, the guy's an alcoholic. This is still the plot that we're trying to get through here.
Yeah.
He gets a call. He's a cop, so he gets a call to go check out this. Do they see like pentagrams and shit? Like
Yeah, I
someone
think
calls
Oh
him?
yeah.
So he goes and checks out the pentagrams and all the other shit, and he's just like, "Oh, it's nothing."
Sure.
And then
He's like, yeah, well, have you never seen heavy metal?
Yeah.
It's like, well, yes, we have, but I don't think anyone's used a pentagram since Slayer, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So, I don't, you know what? Even if it was just actual Satanists, who the fuck cares? They have freedom of religion in Canada. What are they going to do? Just like, hey, did you put that pentagram there? Yeah, we did. We believe in the Dark Lord, and, we pray to him, and if we ever could, we'd sacrifice things. It's like, did you do it? Well, no. All right, well, you need to remove that because it's on public property, and have a good day. Sorry for the mess.
Sorry.
Fucking Canadians. Yeah, and then so he goes and checks it out, and then he devils back, and so there's another plot going on. There's like a mayoral race, right?
Oh yeah. The
This
mayor's
bullshit
getting
that's eventually
reelected.
going to... Hey, guess what the mayor is?
An old lady.
Yeah.
The mayor is... You all know this plot. If you see it at the beginning, they're going to be the bad guys at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Spoiler fucking alert here, but so the
Yeah, because we care about spoiling the movies that we watch.
It had a little bit of a Hut Fuzz type of thing going.
Spoiler alert to Birth of a Nation, the KKK wins.
Yeah. So basically the one of the mayors turns out to be a fucking shape changer. What was it?
Yeah, I think a lot of them were.
I really thought you were about to say a racial slur.
Yeah, me too. But I had more faith in that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
I'll just leave you hanging on that one.
I like that you would leave it in too, Pete, when you're editing this fucking thing.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, we thought you were racist, Charlie, and drop the mic.
Anyway, so they capture the non-witch Dracula fucking thing.
Yeah, something like that.
That is running for mayor, and they sacrifice him, but at the same time they turn the cop into a werewolf.
Because they need werewolf blood at the eclipse in order to regain their shape-shifting abilities, because they are the conspiracy theory that all those tinfoil hats think Obama is.
Yeah.
And they really took their time to explain everything, too.
Yeah, at one point I wasn't even sure if he transforms a couple of times, and it's a fucking disgusting transformation.
That's the one thing I'll give this movie credit for. It is the grossest werewolf transformation I've ever fucking seen.
Grossest, yes, but I thought it was not how I wanted to see a werewolf transform. It looks painful because his face rips apart and all of his flesh falls off, and then he loses all of his clothes because they're attached to his flesh sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Apparently, when he made his transformation the second time, he was able to take his fucking pressed uniform and put it back on. But...
Oh, no, it was washed, remember? Oh, I washed it for you. I got all the blood out. I'm like, that was a lot of blood in that. It was like a dead body's worth of blood.
Yeah. And there was like the one funny joke where the other cop picks up the face and just goes, like, puts it in front of him and is like, hey, look, it looks like you.
Ooh, look at me, I'm you.
Yeah, and then turned it into automatically the worst thing ever.
Boy, he did not know how to tell a joke.
Yeah, so, I mean, when I see movies like American Werewolf in London, I say that is a hell of a transformation, not just because of the technical aspects of it, which were still kind of cool, because anyone could take a whole bunch of bullshit latex and just rip it and then put like geysers of fake blood. Hell, I think I did that. I think I scared around that way.
You scared a lot of people doing things, Martin.
Yeah, I did. So yeah, the transformation sequence in something like an American Werewolf in London is not just, this awesome display of how someone will physically turn into a werewolf instead of just a bullshit thing inside of a bag. But it also looks way more painful and something that you don't want to happen. Yeah, I don't want my face to split open and have like a wolf snout come out, but just the way that the main character in American Werewolf in London just agonized over every time his head bulged forward, every time a bone popped or his leg twisted the wrong way, every time his hair was pulled, I felt it. And I was like, fuck, man, being a werewolf is just kind of fucked up.
In a way, I did feel the same way about this dude, but definitely didn't give me that.
Him, I just laughed and just like, I felt the same way as if I threw a water balloon out the second-story window.
I mean, for a movie that explains everything about itself, they didn't explain how the fuck when he turns back, why the hair just falls out.
No, they don't. And believe this happens at like I said before, 45, 48 minutes in.
Yeah, this is a long time in before he even fucking transforms.
They really wanted a fucking story, and we did not want a fucking story. Or if it did, I wanted it to be as loose as... You know what's a great example and a great counterpoint to this movie? If you're going to do something that's supposed to be kitschy or a throwback, or you're going to say, I'm going to make a B movie, you need to go balls out.
Oh, yeah.
And the people who did Kung Fury did this perfectly. They took a concept and they just ran with it. They weren't like, how are we going to explain how this cop from the future has to meet up with a time-traveling Triceratops? Wait, no, the Triceratops... Wait, he did travel through time, but... See, it doesn't matter, because it's so much goddamn fun. He goes back and meets, what, fucking Odin? Thor. No, Thor.
That is
he meets Thor.
The god of thunder.
Yeah, it was pretty badass. And then, that whole thing was so funny.
Oh, that was a great movie, and that was a great example of how you shouldn't take something like this so seriously.
Yeah, here's two great scenes that I think explain my perspective on both of them. In Wolfcop, you wonder why did they turn this guy into a werewolf, and they have a whole explanation. Like scene after scene that takes 20, 30 minutes. When the main character of Kung Fury went back in time and there was a velociraptor shooting lasers out of his eyes, his excuse was, oh no, I must have gone back in time. That's it. You don't need anything else.
Nope.
Perfect. Complete explanation. It's complete bullshit, but I don't care because he's going back in time with velociraptors that shoot lasers out of their eyes. By the way, if anyone hasn't seen it, it's online for free on YouTube. It's Kung Fury. It's only 30 minutes, and they are talking about turning it into a full-length movie. I think that would be the wrong thing to do. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like twice as fucking crazy and just as amazing. But I think the 30 minutes that they put into Kung Fury is just so solid and tight, and it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Absolutely.
Unlike Wolfcop, where after 30 minutes, he wasn't even a werewolf, and I just kind of gave up. I mean, I tried to get back into it after he became a werewolf, because there was a scene or a series of scenes when he was doing his Wolfcop thing, like when he went into the convenience store.
Oh, I think we should probably explain that.
Fuck, I thought we were done explaining.
No,
this.
we should explain why it's called Wolfcop. It's not just because a cop is turning into a werewolf and killing people. It's not that. That is actually what I thought it was going to be.
Plot twist.
Once his friend discovers that he's a wolf, he locks him up. But then this idea of, oh, is he still the same person when he's the wolf, just comes out of nowhere for a movie who's explaining everything. And guess what? He is still who he is. And he opens the gate, and his friend says, wait a minute, you're a wolf. And then he turns to him and says, cop. And he goes out on patrol.
Yeah.
And he's still drinking, which actually I don't mind. I thought it was kind of funny that the wolf cop still kept his alcoholism. But then again, it wasn't as funny as if he was from the beginning like this major crazy character. It would have been so much funnier if he turned into a werewolf and that didn't stop him drinking.
Now, if you remember, Martin, the reason the alcohol is in here, and yes, they do explain this too, is because this werewolf, because they've actually turned other people into werewolves. There's family members that have disappeared or something that's been explained. Whatever, who cares?
Lots of explanation for shit that you don't care about.
A lot of bullshit they don't care
Right.
about. When he drank, he would become more powerful. And the people didn't understand why, because none of the other wolves were this powerful and couldn't fight, and he could fight them now.
You know, it's just like that other movie we saw. What was the one where the aliens or the creatures couldn't kill the
Oh, that was
Irish-
called Wolfcop.
Yep. That was
God,
Wolfcop.
no.
No, what was it?
No, it's the one where like the aliens couldn't kill the people who were drunk.
The Irish one.
Oh yeah, actually, I did think of that movie a little
Yeah.
bit too. I was actually kind of going to compare that, but I couldn't remember the name of the movie that
Yeah,
we
I'm
did an
sure-
episode on.
It was a one-word title. I fucking forget.
Grabbers?
Yeah,
Grabbers,
Grabbers. That
that's
was
the
it.
one.
Yes, when we did Grabbers, I was thinking, especially like I was bitching in that about the drunk guy. That drunk guy is doing a way better performance at being a drunk than this fucking cop
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Grabbers.
I
Can
really
we talk
would.
about Grabbers again?
No,
Yeah, no.
I didn't love that movie.
The grass is always greener, my friend.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
is.
but
The,
I didn't
um,
love this movie either.
So I got confused right off the bat. So they had something called, like, so one of the bits was the liquor donuts. They had radio commercials, there were stores. It was called Liquor Donuts. And I thought that they were donuts with booze in them.
I thought they were too.
And that wasn't the case.
They sold liquor and donuts.
They sold liquor and donuts.
Oh, you know what?
So it was like a
I
perfect
saw them
place.
trying to do that gag, and then I just stopped caring.
They really were pushing this liquor donuts thing.
Yeah, they were pushing it hard. The joke about liquor donuts. Liquor donuts, what else do you need? That was the joke. But it would have been funnier if it was actual booze inside the donut, right? I mean, still not a great joke, but
I think it still would have fallen flat.
yeah, it's still a
Yeah.
little flat. Yeah,
I
well,
kept thinking of that. I don't know why he did it, but I just kept thinking every time they had an ad. Remember in House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob Zombie's store was called Pussy Liquor.
Yeah.
I kept thinking of that.
Well, at least Rob Zombie didn't push it on us like
Right.
constantly.
he's like, hey guys, look,
It's just there's a sign.
I know we've said this 7 times, but liquor donuts, you guys, am I right? Can we talk about the werewolves, like how the actual werewolf looked? So I'm gonna pose. I feel like we should all write it down. What was the first thing we thought of when we saw the werewolf in costume? But because I have an idea of what we're all gonna say.
All right, I know exactly what I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Well,
reminiscent,
it wasn't
yeah.
my thought, but I think I know what you're gonna say.
Wait, are we really gonna do it? 3, 2, 1.
No, because I know
Three,
it's not the same for me.
2, 1.
Spirit of Halloween.
Blackface. What?
See, that's why
Blackface!
that's why I didn't say anything.
I thought it looked like a cheap Halloween costume that you get at that place that opens up in like the mall in the random place every location. It's called Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah.
It's only open during October, and it's usually the place that shut, like the Chinese food restaurant that shut down the month prior becomes the Spirit of Halloween next, and then it becomes like the Christmas tree shop, and then it closes down again.
Hey, their
Alright.
online store's constantly going.
I could see that, but the first time we saw him in full fucking werewolf costume, I thought he was gonna start singing fucking "Mammy." He had big lips and this just pasted on blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was watching a goddamn minstrel show.
Sweet Jesus. How?
Initially, it definitely reminded me of Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman a little, but really, it was a cheaper version.
You thought that reminded you of Lon Chaney Jr.'s?
The snout wasn't even the same length.
There was a snout on Lon Chaney Jr.?
It was kind of
Sure.
protruded just a little bit.
No, I mean, my point is, like, they tried to go with the man, the Wolfman look, as opposed to the man-wolf thing, like in American Werewolf in London. And
yeah, that's what I was saying. American Werewolf in London had more of a dog-like protruding snout, which this one had. It had that big snout, and it looked like a cheap Halloween costume. And then I know what you're talking about with the Wolfman with Lon Chaney because, Charlie pulled up the picture. Let's take a look at it. Here, can you?
it's probably technically a little better than Lon Chaney, but I don't know.
All right. So the snout's not as long as I remember, but you can see where the eye holes are. And you can see that this is basically one of those spirit gum masks that you can put on. I think his gloves are even like the gloves that you can get in like aisle 5.
PT also thought he looked like blackface, just for the record.
No, when you did mention it, it's like, oh, there's a little bit of mammy going on here or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. All right, so I guess are we close to the end? Can
I
we
don't
talk
think
about
so.
the end? All right, is it even worth discussing the ending? Because we all know.
I think it is.
All right, well, take us away, boys.
Because I can't remember it.
Charlie.
I just remember my favorite part of this movie is when we shut it off and I played Mario Kart with my wife.
That sounds like a really way better time.
Yeah,
watching
it
this
was a
movie.
good time. Downloadable content, but so
good
so
DLC.
the end.
Yeah, what did happen at the end? I can't remember.
So there were some funny parts. So the when there's like the big fight at the end and.
Yeah, because it was the mayor, it was his friend.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And who was the third person who was the shape changer? It was the girl at the bar?
Yeah, the girl
at the bar
yeah.
and the mayor were the same person.
Oh yeah. You're right.
And then the friend was another one. Then there was just some jerk off.
Yeah.
There was definitely a third person that was introduced in the movie. But you know what? Who fucking cares? Let's just focus on these two that we remember.
But guess what? The other cop comes in and helps Wolfcop save the day because it's the eclipse that makes him lose less power, except he's drinking, so he has more power. So he kills everyone. He's still a wolf at the end, and he's still going to be a cop. And does he quit drinking at the end?
Oh, no. There was no mention of that.
No,
No,
but
so
there's
there's
going to be
no-
Wolfcop too.
Yeah, apparently there's going to be a Wolf Cop 2, people, so stay tuned as we're probably
Coming
gonna
in
do it.
2015, even though this movie was a 2014 release.
Was it 2000? Was it 2014 or 15?
It came on Netflix 2015, but it was made in 2014.
It might have just come out.
It came out 4 months
I
ago? 3
Just
months
suddenly
ago?
didn't give a shit. Just all of a sudden, guys.
I put so much thought into trying to figure that out, and you had just to go shoot me down.
So, do you want to know something crazy about Wolf Cop?
The fact that the main character's name is Loup Garou, which is basically a pun on the word werewolf in French.
Yes. That was exactly what I was going to say.
Good, now let's go home.
No.
That's the
So-
main character's name.
Loup Garou, yeah.
The lady cop. Did you guys think that they were going to get together as per usual at the end of all these movies?
I kind of hope they didn't.
And yes, they did not. This lady could have been replaced by anybody. And that's not really a bad thing, in my opinion. The problem is, this isn't really a movie where we can praise it on its advanced feminism, you know?
Yeah,
Like having actual, like, atypical female
Are
characters.
you trying to say that that Wolfcop is a feminist icon movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that lady, like, it wasn't a romantic interest. It was literally a partner or a friend helping out the fella in the movie, the main character, I guess.
You're right, Paul, you convinced me. This movie is better than Dread.
Excuse me. Dread was probably a better example of what I'm talking about.
You still haven't seen Dread, have you? Yeah. He is... Jesus fucking Christ. Come on, Paul.
I hear it's a wonderful movie.
It's
and everybody
so
should watch
good.
it.
It's on Netflix. You have Netflix.
The Judge Dredd movie?
I haven't seen the second.
Yeah,
or
the
Carl
with
Urban.
Carl Urban.
one. Yeah.
Charlie, did you not see this?
No, I didn't fucking see it.
Charlie,
I
this
I saw the one from the 90s. It was terrible.
No, this one
No,
was
this
really
is
different
so
from what I
good.
heard.
I gotta preach the word of Dread to more people. Charlie, go fucking home. Even your wife will like it. I guarantee it.
I'm
I'm
not against it.
My wife likes good movies.
Yeah, I'm not against
But
it. Anyway,
the,
yes, go on.
Yeah.
All right, look, feminism
digress.
aside, we have to talk about the scene that we all know that we blocked out.
Pizzy, if you could put your feminist agenda on hold for a second.
You social justice warrior, you. All right.
I'm offended by everything everybody says.
Okay.
Yes, it ends like that. They kill everybody, I guess, and do they kill the people? I think they
Yeah,
do.
they kill
Oh yeah, because they're all lizard people.
Yep.
And then then women got the right to vote in Canada. The end.
All right, so I got to bring up the one scene that I know you guys blocked out, and for good reason. Probably the best makeup shot of the movie, and also a feminist icon. When Wolfcop's penis gets engorged with blood and
my
splits open.
God,
Oh.
that was like
And turns into a wolf cock.
That was pretty bad.
that was during like the first transition.
Yep.
I think that was probably one of the reasons I said this is one of the grossest things, one of the grossest wolf transitions I've ever seen.
Greatest movie ever, 10 out of 10. Wolf penis. They
Or a
pup-
wolf penis coming out of a human penis.
They made
Despite
a puppet
the
wolf
wolf
penis.
Yeah. Despite the puppet wolf penis, this movie was still fucking terrible.
See, and that's why this movie should not have taken any of its scenes seriously, because that scene is straight out of some fucking wacky B movie.
If there were more scenes like that, and even as stupid as the holding up the face thing, if there were more scenes like that, this movie would have been far more entertaining. But they didn't go to the nth degree. They tried to make this a serious story, and you can't make a serious story out of a movie called Wolfcop. RoboCop, yes, but Wolfcop, no.
I did think it was funny when Wolfcop. So you'd think that Wolfcop would just use his like werewolf powers to kill people. He fucking shot people.
Oh yeah, he shot a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was weird. I definitely laughed at that.
That was during one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. He used his gun to shoot people, even though he was a werewolf.
At the end, at the very end, I do remember him actually like he was mauling a couple people here and there, but then at the end, I think like there was someone who was really far away and charging him, and then that was when he took out his gun and shot him. I'm like, okay, you slaughter all these people, your claws and teeth, but
That would have been
fuck it.
That's why I actually kind of found that funny, because it's like, I'm a wolf. The guy's like, all right, I'm just gonna go fucking. All right, you get shot in the face.
Yeah, if only the rest of the movie had that feel to it.
All right, so
Who directed this, by the way? Who directed Wolfcop? I didn't even fucking look into
who
it.
cares?
I also lost my notes. Well, has he done anything else?
Wolfcop 2.
Wolfcop 2 soon to be coming to a home theater near you.
Are you sure? Did we look into this, or are we...
Do you want to? Do you want to spend
I
precious?
want to go on IMDb.com, and I want to look who directed this.
Fine.
Because remember that time... What was the movie that... turns out the guy, like, wrote The French Connection?
Oh, that was The Force of One.
Yeah,
The Force of One, yeah. Turns out the guy won a fucking
Oscar
Academy
for it,
Award,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, he did.
I can guarantee you, this guy is... Hang on, I'm not going to guarantee you. I'll take a bet.
I'm hoping this guy turns out to be like Steven Spielberg's brother or
All
something.
right, so it's written and directed by a guy named Lowell Dean.
I do remember the written and directed by credit in the beginning.
Yeah, that's always a bad sign. Usually.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to do some 1-star reviews?
I'd love to.
Yeah, let's do it. We should do the 5-star reviews and see what else they reviewed as well. That's one of my new favorite games.
Are there any?
There's actually tons of 5-star
Oh my
reviews.
God.
Like the people really on Amazon, like nowhere else really thought it was a great movie or even like fun. But Amazon people, like I said, they are the ones who spent money. So I think they convinced themselves that because they had to dish out like $12.95, that it's like it is kitschy B movie.
Who the fuck would buy this movie when you can watch it for free on Netflix?
Well, you do spend $8 a month for Netflix, so it's not free.
Yeah, but you get to
exactly.
watch shit like...
Yeah,
But as long as you
like
watch
House of
like
Cards.
yeah, if you watch a whole bunch of things, like I technically saw this for 12 cents.
Yeah.
So here are the 1-star reviews. I actually turned it off just as the gratuitous boob scene was beginning. That's how much I didn't care. I'll admit drink and shoot was a funny idea. I don't know what he meant by the last part.
Oh, the drink and shoot was the event that the mayor had to cancel because of the Satanists, I think.
Oh, then I both think that this guy is absolutely correct and a fucking idiot, because that was dumb as hell.
Yeah. The gratuitous boob scene, which one was that?
That was the
it
very beginning, when he got up.
No, was it? Was it?
No,
Or was it the bar scene when he's banging the broad at the bar, right?
Did he bang her?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They got it. Remember, they cut it all on camera. Should they destroy the tape in the fucking thing in the camera? But they don't think They don't think that there's a ton of cameras all around the police station.
Okay.
I do remember that. I just can barely remember the person.
Yeah, it was a.
Okay, yeah.
So he shut it off. I mean, you're kind of into it at that point. There's like 20 minutes left in this short. The movie wasn't long. It was an hour and 20 minutes. But why shut it off at that scene?
That wasn't that far in, was it?
When he's fucking, he's turned to the wolf, and he fucks her as the wolf.
Right, that fucking
Yeah.
bartender chick.
Yeah.
Because that was the third person
Oh,
you couldn't think of.
You know what? I know why you shut it off at that point, because when you play Russian roulette and you already gone through 5 clicks, you just decide to put the gun down.
That's a good strategy to that game.
I just keep going.
You're a rebel.
All right, our
right.
next
Live on the edge of a
review.
razor blade.
Our next review: Manborg, a far superior film, was made for $1,000.
What?
He just said, watch this movie instead.
Manboard?
Manborg,
Manborg was made for $1,000, and he's saying it's superior to Wolfcop?
yes.
I don't think I've seen Manborg.
I haven't seen Manborg. What?
Should we watch?
Did he link to Manborg by any chance? Did he link to a copy of it?
Nope. Do you want me to spend some time in IMDb that one?
No.
Okay. So this guy had his priorities straight. Run of the mill. It's not funny, scary, or sexy.
I had to put it in that bartender chick.
Yeah, even though it turned out to be like an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I guess that wasn't the third person.
Yeah, no, she was a changer. Yeah.
Ah.
The third person was like an old dude, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it was the chief of police.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And this one comes from an IMDb discussion, and it just kind of confused me. Animal transformation by one partner in the midst of sex seems like it should be pretty common.
What? What the fuck was that last part?
You go, buddy. You
Can
go.
you read that again?
Animal transformation by one partner in the midst of sex seems like it should be pretty common.
Did he come around? Did he transform when he was fucking that girl?
Is that a fragment? Is there more to that sentence?
That's all he wrote.
Well, good for him. Good for him for going to school.
Yeah.
And sticking to his guns.
I think we found the guy who blows horses.
That's
think
the
it's him.
one. It's like, see, guys, it's normal. I saw it in Wolf Cop. That's why I did it.
It inspired me to blow horses.
The part where the dick explodes and there's a bigger dick underneath. That's my fantasy. I also watched My Little Pony.
5 stars.
All right, guys, you ready to pick the next movie?
Oh, yeah.
First up, we have The Traveler, about a fat Val Kilmer who wanders into a town to confess to murders that haven't happened yet.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Hansel and Gretel are witch hunters. It's not a complex allegory or anything. That's just what it's about.
Is that the one with Jeremy Renner?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So these are mainstream, huh?
Yeah, we're going a little mainstream here.
That's
I think
okay.
I think the Val Kilmer one was not so mainstream.
Yeah, no. And the last one is Pontypool. Something weird happens to a radio DJ. I literally have no idea what happens other than that. That's all the description, and I refuse to look into it because I'm told not to.
Pontypool?
Pontypool.
Can you spell that?
Pontypool.
Oh, Pontypool. That makes as little sense as it did before.
So,
right,
what do we got? So we got Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Wait, I'm surprised.
The
you didn't
Traveler and Pontypool.
The Traveler and Pontypool.
I am going to vote for Pontypool.
Gambler. PT, I'll let you take the next vote.
Oh, buddy.
Do you want a fat Val Kilmer, witch hunters, or something weird happening to a DJ?
I'm going to have to go with Fat Val Kilmer.
See, this is why I wanted to go last, because now I have the opportunity to just roll for it. And I think that might be what I do, because I don't know if I give a shit about any of these. Although Pontypool sounds the most fun.
Yeah.
Because Martin didn't give much of a description of what it's about. And
Yeah, you got a point there, Charlie.
and that's... So
Yeah,
I feel like he's trying to manipulate the votes for Pontypool for some reason.
I don't know about that.
That's why I went-
That's where you lose me, Charlie.
That's why I went first, so you could tell me. But I honestly, that's why I threw in the fat Val Kilmer, because, I mean, it's kind of hard to say no to a fat Val Kilmer.
What if that movie be good?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's like Touch of Evil when Orson Welles was like 900 fucking pounds. But it's like really good movie, and Orson Welles is brilliant in it. You think Val Kilmer's going to be that good?
Not even close.
No.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna roll the dice. Pontypool. I'm gonna do Pontypool.
Okay.
All right, next episode, Pontypool. It's about something. Yeah, we're not going to IMDb this shit. It's not worth it. So until next time, just get the fuck out of my house. That's it for now. Catch more episodes on iTunes or Stitcher. If you prefer to listen to podcasts on YouTube, we're there as well at the Some Jerk from Boston channel. Have any comments, recommendations, or just some good old-fashioned hate mail? Email us at wdijwpodcast@gmail.com. That's wdijwpodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/wdijwpodcast. You can find me on Twitter at somejerkfb or on Tumblr at somejerkfromboston.tumblr.com. Until next time, remember to check yourself for STDs at least once a month. If you don't, your cock might explode. Adios for now.